Good morning and welcome back to Rise and Shine with Jesus. Each new day is a gift, and so is every story hidden in the pages of the Bible. Today, I want to share a story that many might have passed over, but it holds a precious message for our hearts. It is the story of Barzillai, an elderly man who did not perform miracles, didn't lead an army, and never stood on a grand stage, but his quiet faithfulness spoke volumes. This is not a story of power or popularity, it's a story of loyalty, humility, and love. A reminder that sometimes the people who stand behind the scenes are the ones closest to God's heart. Let's take a journey into this beautiful story. Barzillai's story is found in 2 Samuel chapter 17 verses 27 to 29 and 2 Samuel chapter 19 verses 31 to 39. King David was going through a time of deep pain. His own son Absalom had rebelled against him, and David was forced to leave his throne and flee Jerusalem. His heart was broken not just as king but as a father. He crossed over the Jordan River, weary, discouraged, and unsure of what lay ahead. He was no longer in his royal robes, he was a king on the run. And then came Barzillai the Gileadite. He was 80 years old, living quietly in a place called Rogelim. He wasn't a soldier or a prophet, but he saw the king in need and he responded. Barzillai brought beds, basins, wheat, barley, beans, honey, sheep, and cheese. He didn't do this to gain a reward, but he simply cared. 2 Samuel chapter 17 verse 29 tells us that he did this because the people are hungry and weary and thirsty in the wilderness. That's it. He saw the need and he met it with love and generosity. And later, after Absalom's defeat, when David was returning in victory, he remembered this act of kindness. In 2 Samuel chapter 19 verses 31 to 33, David invited Barzillai to cross back over the Jordan with him and live in the palace. Come with me and I will provide for you at my table. Imagine that an old man being honored by the king for his loyalty. But Barzillai humbly declined. What a gentle and sincere heart, isn't it? He wasn't interested in the rewards. He wasn't helping to gain status or favor. He helped because he loved. He gave because he cared. And when the offer of comfort and royalty came, he chose to step back and quietly go home. That is the heart of a true servant. Barzillai teaches us that the greatest act of faith aren't always loud. They are not always seen by people, but they are always seen by God. Maybe today you feel like your quiet acts of love go unnoticed. Maybe you have stood by someone in their time of need and no one said thank you. Maybe you have given, served, and loved behind the scenes for years. Let this story remind you God sees, God remembers, and God honors. Barzillai didn't stand in a spotlight, but God recorded his name in the scripture so that his heart would be remembered forever. So today, be encouraged. You don't have to be young or strong to be used by God. You don't have to have fame to matter in his kingdom. All you need is a heart like Barzillai's, faithful, sincere, and willing. Rise and shine today with the confidence that your quiet loyalty is precious in the eyes of God. Keep loving, keep giving, keep showing up because the King remembers. Have a blessed and wonderful day.